What's up, guys? It's the director. I think it's one of my favorite times of year for mud. I can't stand spring cleaning. I can't stand cleaning my car. But what I can get behind is binder cleaning and why it is so important for you guys to keep up with the times, keep up with the trends of Madden Ultimate Team, and why it's important to get rid of the binder trash every opportunity you get. Take a look at this. So I started out today with about 800,000 coins. All right, that's nearly 600,000 coins I've cleaned out of my binder. Not to mention, I've got 53 66 to 69 packs, 17 70 to 74 packs, and 2 75 to 79 packs. This is just kind of the stuff left over. Stuff that I was going through my binder. I was like, you know what? This isn't worth selling. This isn't worth putting up for the auction house for 1.2, or 1,200 coins or something like that. So I chose carefully the cards that could probably just get thrown into upgrade sets just to save a little bit of time, and then sold everything else. Unless you're living under a rock right now, you probably understand why the prices of golds are inflated. It is going to be because of the theme diamond sets that just dropped. Those are crucial to the reasoning to why you need to be cleaning out your binders right now. So I'm just going to go and show you guys like what cards, what to be like doing with your cards at this point. You're going to be going through, I would say, like team by team and selling the cards that go for a decent amount of coins. What you're going to want to do with everything else, and you'll see stuff selling throughout this entire video, what you're going to want to do with everything else is literally just put it in these sets. Hope to pull maybe a nice power up. If not, just upgrade them to the point where you feel like, okay, let's go ahead and put this thing up on the auction block. I aim anywhere around like over 2,000 coins. If it's over 2,000 coins, to me, it's worth putting on the auction block. Does that make sense? So I'm not going to open every single one of these cards, on this video, but I just kind of wanted to show you what to keep your eye out for, which ones to look at, and what to expect coin return wise. So I think the big hitters that you're looking for here when you're upgrading. So let's say you've upgraded a whole bunch of these. You've got like 18, 70, 74s. More than likely, you're not going to pull anything crazy. Boom, 73 Harrison Phillips. That probably goes for like 1.5K. That's not really worth anything, at least not to me. So what I would do is put it in another set to upgrade to 75 to 79. That's just me saving time. If you really want a nickel and dime, you can go ahead and continue to sell those lower tier golds. So the 77 Jonathan Cyprin, that's a bad example because he's a free agent. Most of the time, you're not going to pull those. Let's pull another one here. You're going to want to look for the cards that go into sets that are expensive of the higher overalls. So here we have a Falcon. He's a 77 overall. I don't know if he goes for a lot. The way you can tell, like the quick way you can tell right now, is based off of the sets themselves. So any set, any like a team or theme diamond set that has a lot of elites in it at this point, you're going to want, those are actually going to have less expensive golds because it's all about offset and cost. Does that make sense? So if you have really expensive elites, then the golds might not be as expensive. But if you don't have a lot of expensive elites, then the golds are going to kind of inflate in price. So if you have kind of an idea in your mind how many core elites are for a certain team, so in the case of the Falcons, I can already think of Julio Jones, Matt Ryan. A 77 overall Falcon player might actually still go for like 3,000 coins. That's worth a sell to me, okay? But out of those players, you're going to want to look for power-ups. You're going to want to look for Dolphins players, any team that doesn't have an exuberant amount of elites. And it really is just rinse and repeat from here on out. So the 70, like I already know that card's probably not going for a lot. I'm going to go ahead and put him into an exchange set. And I've got a lot to go through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up all of these and show you guys what's sellable at the end of this sequence, and then show you how many coins I've made just from clearing out the binder. Don't expect anything crazy. I've spent a lot of time today cleaning out my binder. There was a lot of cards that at the very beginning of the promo, I was able to sell for a ridiculous amount. I mean, there were some Redskins cards going for like 20-something K. I saw a lot of Dolphins cards for like 20K-ish. One of them over 30K, which is kind of insane. Keep a close eye on the market to see which cards are still inflated that way. The market is going to adjust, I would say, in the next 24 hours. But guys like me, I don't know. I don't know what it is about Madden. I don't know what it is about, these items. But like, I really enjoy cleaning out the binder because it just feels like, hey, free coins that were just kind of sitting around, or maybe I made an investment without even thinking about it really. Some of the really big hitter items as far as the captains, not the captains, the themed diamonds, they will also dictate the prices of these cards, okay? So just keep an eye on all of that. I'm going to go ahead and rip all of these packs and show you guys kind of what I'm expecting to get back from this, and we'll do really quick math to kind of show you guys how much you can look at as far as returns, and then what you can look at as far as what's worth selling and maybe what's worth putting into a set. All right, all those packs were opened. It's time to see if we've got anything of value or to see if we're going to put stuff in a further exchange set. You'll notice I pulled a couple of power-ups. You're kind of looking only for a select few because power-ups kind of went down in price over the week just because of that promo. But there are some of these gold cards that might go for something. Again, those sets that don't have a lot of elites. Start with these Bengals players. This guy's going for a crispy 4K. That's great. I'll go ahead and list that on the auction house. We're just going to skim through and take a look at some of the pricings of some of these cards. And these are all coming from the silvers that were exchanged. So this one's going for 6,500 coins. I'm going to go through and add up all of the math on this, guys, and tell you, because I can tell from right here. I think Matt Stafford was the last card that I put up before I started ripping these packs. So everything from here on out was done with just the pack trash. So I'm going to do the math on this real quick and tell you how much all of these cards are worth. And then anything, really, my rule at least, anything that's not worth, let's say, at least 2,000 coins, I'll go ahead and put in another set. So this Artie Burns is gonna end up being sold. And a lot of these you'll find out because of inflated prices on those sets, that you can go ahead and sell probably most of these. I mean, you take a look at all these are like 2,000, 4,000, sometimes 6,000 or 7,000. It's really quite nice. But if you run over to a card that it doesn't seem like it's worth the wait on the auction house, go ahead and put it in another set, and hopefully you pull something good. My biggest recommendation, and a couple of the nice pulls that I pulled today at least, so let's say I put this Andrew Wiley back into a set. The 75 to 79 sets do have some really nice cards, simply because some of the higher ones are a little harder to pull for those team sets, but the bigger one, at least for me, I ended up pulling an Aaron Donald today. And that Aaron Donald power-up card was going for quite a bit of coins. So this Nigel Bradham, so let's say I put 3 cards worth like between $1,250 and $1,500 each. It would end up being made into something like this Nigel Bradham. Yeah, it's only worth about 3,000, but we took like a 1,000 coin risk looking for something a little bit better. Does that make sense? And ultimately, you're just looking to save a little bit of time. So I'm going to do the math on this. Again, don't expect anything crazy, but it should be a nice little coin boost. I'm guessing somewhere around 50K. But really, these power-up cards, one more tip before I add everything up, I would actually save these. I haven't really sold any power-up card for like under 3,000 coins so far this year, because I understand, you know, as soon as they get a new card, like this Darius Slay, like he's one of the best corners in the game when he's got an updated card. The moment that he gets a brand new card, this power-up's going to go up. So I think it's worth waiting on selling this card, at least at this moment, and hope that Darius Slay gets a bump maybe sometime in like October or September. And when he does, this power-up could probably reach like 20, 30K, and that's worth just sitting in my binder waiting. So let me do the math on this real quick. I'll give you guys a final estimate on what we made just from the silvers that I exchanged into those low golds. All right, guys, so after doing the math, and this is without counting any of the power-ups, because, I mean, who knows? Malcolm Jenkins gets a card tomorrow. This card could go up to 20, 30,000 coins. You hear what I say? Without counting any of the power-up cards, all of the golds that we simply exchanged from our silvers are going to sell for 72,000 coins. So after tax, you're looking about 65K. That's pretty good for just clearing out your binder. That's enough coin to go pick up some training points and get that X Factor ability, you know, on one of your defensive players, or add to your stack in order to go pursue some of these new theme diamonds that just came out. And that's what's really important to me, is making sure that when the opportunity arises, make sure you get on and start selling anything that you don't need. And that was just from this one batch of silvers. I've been doing this for a long time today, guys. Ever since the golds went up in value, I've got a lot of golds that I still have to sell, still price out. Like, you take a look at some of these Dolphins, it's absolutely insane for what they're going for right now. This one will probably sell really quick, making the sell price of this card like 6,500 coins just for one gold. My last piece of advice here, guys, is maybe to keep an eye out for these silver fullbacks. I think there's a couple other silver cards that go for at least a little bit. These are the one silver cards that I wouldn't put in a set because they do go for like 1.2, 1.5K, and that's simply because of salary cap. It fits the salary cap players' needs, so those players are a little bit inflated. Those are worth holding on to. So yeah, guys, to reiterate, exchange all of your silvers into low golds. You're going to want to hope to pull maybe a really nice power-up card worth something. If not, my rule at least, hold on to that card until they get a boost in the game, and then that card's going to inflate in price. My personal rule, again, you guys can do whatever you want. You can nickel and dime this as much as you want, but to save time, if I notice a card isn't selling for, you know, at least 2,000 coins, I put it in the next set, and I hope to pull a different power-up out of that set, because there's other power-ups you can pull up that are pretty nice, like, you know, LT, especially like an Aaron Donald or a Khalil Mack. Those will make you a lot of coins. I think I only pulled 2 today from my exchanges, but that was, no, 3. I pulled Khalil Mack, I pulled Aaron Donald, and Odell Beckham Jr. And all of those power-ups together were close to, there were probably over 100,000 coins of what you see from my stack. And that's just because I was out here cleaning my binder, I was doing my due diligence, and making sure that I don't have any crap in my folder when it is actually worth something at this point in time. Because in a week, guys, this ain't going to be worth what you think it is. Like, in a week, you know, this Artie Burns that's selling right now for like 3,000 coins or 2,500 coins, like, he's going to be worth, you know, 1.1 or 900 coins in a couple of weeks when this promo is cooled off a little bit. So you really got to grab those opportunities when they arise and make sure that you're getting the most out of what's in your binder, because that is really the philosophy of, one, being no money spent. I'm not no money spent, but there's a lot of guys that are. And 2, maybe like getting the value back if you are a money spender of what you had purchased. Does that make sense? So if you have a piece of property that you buy, you know, at one point and then it inflates, well, if you miss that inflation period, you may as well not have bought it at all. You know what I mean? So those guys that pay extra attention, they want to make sure they get every little bit of what they purchase. This is the kind of thing I would do. Pay attention to the market, make sure you're getting the most out of your coins, and then go reap the benefits. I got 1.4 million coins right now with an 87 overall team. I'm going to go make some upgrades, and I'm super excited to do so. Well, guys, that's all I got for this video today. It's a binder cleaning episode, and strangely, it's one of my more favorite videos to do every single year. We're going to see another one. You know, you usually see this, you know, after the kickoff promos, after like the Halloween promos, Thanksgiving, Christmas. There's just a lot of coins just made up of gold cards and stuff that you can put into sets. So I'll keep a close eye out for those and see if another opportunity arises. When they do, I'll give you guys a heads up, kind of show you what I'm thinking. Sometimes, you know, the sets aren't in the move. Sometimes the low golds or the low, even sometimes the silvers in the past, in very rare occasions, have been worth the sell. So I'll keep an eye on that, keep you guys in the loop, and hopefully we can get as much coin back as possible so we can go buy some of the best Madden Ultimate Team has to offer. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me in this video. If you guys would please hit me with a like and sub. The likes really help out this channel, guys. Help us get noticed. I'm going to tell you right now, I made a video with my brother about Sean Merriman. Boom! He saw it on Twitter, and he decided to give us a shout-out. If you want to check that out, hit me out on Twitter at Kiwi_filmmaker. We're always doing a lot of fun and epic stuff over there. And again, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been the Director, and as always, stay frosty.
Last chance, 4th and long, finding the will to bolt up. Bundle up, cause you know we stay frosty. I take my frosty, chocolate, vanilla, or swirl. Mutt Master, YouTuber, come on, let's give it a whirl. Mutt Madden, Twitch streamer, put the snowman to shame. Staying frosty's the only way we stay alive in this game. They're reffing the match, directors directing the game. Scared of my underdog team, you know them gods will be slain. Stay frosty.